My house is overrun with pests. I have two burdensome freeloaders cohabitating with me. What a pity! Wouldn't you agree, Flora?
Two freeloaders? Are you referring to me and Tony?
Who else am I referring to? Thanks to my son, you're enjoying the privilege of living here without paying rent and eating for free. You're essentially taking advantage of the situation without contributing anything in return. How lucky for you! I'm currently enjoying a cup of coffee with some friends, and our conversation has shifted towards discussing our respective in-laws. They helped me realize how fortunate you are.
I have to disagree. I go to work and then get labeled as a freeloader by my mother-in-law. Please don't call me that, by the way. It isn't right.
Oh my! Aren't you a feisty one? You are the one who forcefully entered my house, carrying that unsightly child of yours. After the birth of that child, all you do is remain at home, entertaining yourself with it, neglecting any substantial responsibilities. What would you call that sort of lifestyle? You're just taking advantage of me. Do you think you're a queen bee and I'm just a worker?
Play? I look after my child while also working at home. And I also do the housework.
Work? I don't know what sort of lie you're trying to spin there. All you do is play around using my son's money. What an audacious little thing you are to try and claim otherwise.
If you would only look after Tony, then I would be able to work more.
I hope you're joking, but that's not even funny. What a bad sense of humor you have.
What? But it's true.
You want me to look after that ugly spawn of yours? It is seriously the ugliest baby I've ever seen. I honestly doubt that that thing is even Harry's child. You were probably knocked up by some other guy that you met on the wrong side of town. Just the thought of that makes me sick.
Why do you have to say things like that? You're being so rude. What did I ever do to you? And believe me, if Harry wasn't the father, I wouldn't be here. And if I wasn't here, then you two would be in a very tight spot.
Tight spot? Just because you're not here? My! Don't you think highly of yourself? I never wanted you to be here in the first place. Same with that spawn of yours too.
You need to stop wallowing in denial and just accept that this is how things are. Tony is your grandchild. But you shouldn't be harping on us. You need to talk to Harry as well. He's the one that needs to change.
Excuse me? I know you're not going to start criticizing my precious Harry now. Who's being rude?
He's already a full-grown adult. He's 30. I don't think it's appropriate to call him your precious anymore.
He's my son. I can call him whatever I want. You stay out of it. You didn't give birth to a boy, so you can't understand. A boy is the best thing that you can have. They are precious, and they will always be your child.
Only to you. As far as everyone else is concerned, he is an able-bodied citizen. At the very least, he needs to learn how to take care of himself. Right now, he can hardly even dress himself.
So what? His workplace doesn't have a dress code. He can wear whatever he wants. If his workplace doesn't say anything, then who are you to give your opinion?
That's what you think.
Is that your attitude? Harry and I took you in, and this is how you treat us? Karma is going to come back and get you. Mark my words. You'll get what you deserve. Don't come crying to me when something bad happens to you.
I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, this conversation is going nowhere. We should just stop. It's time for Tony's bath anyway.
Is this Flora?
Yes, it is. And who is this?
My name is Ina.
Sorry, but I don't know any Ina.
I'm so sorry.
What? Why are you apologizing?
I've been dating Harry. I'm so sorry.
You've been dating my husband? You're joking.
It's true. But I swear I didn't know that he had a wife and child. I would never have dated him if I knew.
Really now? Then, what do you want with me? Are you going to tell me to break up with him?
Of course I am. But that's not why I contacted you. I just wanted to apologize.
Well, that's not fair.
What do you mean by fair?
So you're just apologizing because you feel guilty about what you did. Did you think that would absolve you of everything?
I really am sorry. I never wanted to cheat. My father. He cheated on my mother multiple times when I was a child. I saw how my mother suffered. That's why when I found out that Harry was married, I just couldn't stay silent. I also want to warn you. Harry has been seeing other women as well. I'm not the only one.
What? Other women?
Yes. I was shocked too. I'm not his only girlfriend. I know this might be hard to hear, but I had to tell you.
Are you telling the truth? How do I know you're not just lying to me to scare me off so that you can be with him?
That's not what I'm trying to do. I have proof. That man is a pig. Even though you're his wife, it honestly feels like he's been cheating on me as well. And he's been cheating on both of us with others. I know that it really isn't my place to tell you all this, but I just couldn't let it keep happening.
Thank you for letting me know, I guess. I spent all day taking care of my child, so I don't have time to get out of the house. I didn't even suspect that he was cheating on me.
I really am so sorry. I have always been aware of how much pain my father caused me and my mother. I never wanted to be a part of what he did to us. But somehow, I grew up to be involved in something just like it. I feel like I'm just as bad as he was. I can't express how truly and deeply sorry I really am.
You said that your name is Ina?
Yes, that's right.
Thank you for telling me the truth. For what it's worth, I do believe that your apology is genuine.
Thank you so much. Please let me extend my apologies to your child as well. I never wanted to hurt her, and I never wanted any child to go through what I went through.
If you have any photographic evidence, may I have it? I will forgive you if you give those pictures to me.
Yes, of course. I'll give them all to you.
Thank you for cooperating with me. I forgive you, so please stop torturing yourself over this. You seem like a good girl, and I know that you can find a much better man than a horrible pig like my husband. Free yourself from that relationship, and I hope that you can find a proper man. I wish you all the best.
Thank you for saying that. Again. I'm really sorry.
I'm done having leeches like you in my house and taking up my space. Hurry up and pack your things. Get out right now!
What? Are you serious right now?
I don't need you or your spawn in my life. All I need is my son. We are fine without you. I've already filed for divorce, so you need to get out. Don't forget to take your spawn with you. Your leeching days are over.
Leeching? Your son is the only one who is leeching off of people.
I am not interested in any more of your slander against my son. Just get out!
And what do you mean you filed for divorce? How could you possibly have done that?
I found a divorce petition earlier today, already signed. I just took the liberty of dropping it off for you.
Ah. You stole my thunder. I was looking forward to the day when I can file for divorce. Harry and I signed those papers way back along with our marriage certificate. We only got married because I got pregnant. I wanted to make sure that I had an escape route if things didn't work out, so as part of our prenup I had him sign divorce papers as well. That was the only way I was going to marry him.
Why on earth would you have wanted to do that? Why would you even want to divorce my beautiful son?
Why? That's such an easy answer. It's because he's a good-for-nothing leech. If he wanted to divorce me, he wouldn't be able to live the cushiony life that he has now. He tried his best to tie me down.
What are you even talking about? He supports you and your little brat.
You do know that he still hasn't given up on his music, right?
That's just a hobby. So he plays a bit of music when he has some free time. What about it? That doesn't make him a bad person, and it's not a reason why you should call him a leech.
Oh, but you are so sadly mistaken. He is still hoping to make it big and live off of his music.
What? Live off of his music? What about his job? He leaves the house every day to go to work, doesn't he?
He doesn't. When he goes out every morning, he isn't going to work at some office. He's actually going to band rehearsals. You've seen his rocker outfits, right? No job would ever allow him to dress like that. So did she really think that he was going to some office dressed like that?
Why not? Companies these days aren't as stiff as they used to be. People can wear whatever they want. But you're saying that he isn't working. That can't be true.
Maybe you'll believe me when I tell you how much he makes. He only brings home about $200 a month. And that would be considered a good month.
What? Only $200 a month?
Why, yes. He does live gigs on Friday nights. The rest of the week is spent rehearsing. Oh, and recently he started his own YouTube channel. After paying studio rental fees and other things, he's only left with $200.
It might be a small amount, but he is still getting paid. You need to apologize for calling him a leech.
That's it? That's what you chose to focus on? Don't you have anything else to say about him? About the way he is living?
Do you need to know what the definition of a leech is? A leech is a person that doesn't even contribute a single penny to the household. And they rely on others to live. But that isn't my son. He's contributing something. So he isn't a leech. Harry is up there working hard and trying to make his dream come true. That's admirable. He's even able to bring money home while doing it.
He might be bringing that money inside the house, but it's definitely not going towards anything for the family.
What is he doing with it then?
He uses that money to pay for cigarettes instead. He said that he has to look like a rocker and act like a rocker. He claims the rockers have to smoke and that they can't vape because that isn't the rock life. The price of cigarettes has gone up every year. I'm sure you're aware of his smoking habits. He smokes a pack a day and he doesn't care where he does it. Even when Tony is in the same room as him, he still lights up.
I thought he only did that because this job causes him stress. But a lot of people smoke.
Nope. He only does it to look and act cool. He basically smokes the little money that he makes away. He's really good for nothing. But it really doesn't matter anymore because I don't have to deal with him from now on. He's not my problem anymore. I was only holding everything in for the sake of our daughter. But thanks to you, I don't have to do that anymore either.
Now wait a minute.
Thank you so much, Naomi. You saved me. You talked a lot of smack about me, but at the very end you did me a huge favor. Thank you. You saved me from going through all the trouble myself. You're going to be taking over the bill payments, right? Someone will need to pay the electric bill, the taxes, the phone bill, and buy all the food. Oh, and the rent, of course. You're going to be doing that from now on, right?
You were the one who has been paying all that?
Yes. Who else? Your son definitely doesn't make enough money to pay any of those. He doesn't have any money at all. I'm actually quite a successful writer. All I need to do is write articles during my free time and I can make $1,000 a week.
$1,000 a week?
Actually, I was in a pickle. I already achieved financial independence and my love for Harry had burned out a long time ago. I was going to file for divorce soon. I went to the shelf where I had put the divorce papers but was shocked when I couldn't find them there. I thought I must have misplaced the envelope somewhere. Where did you find them?
They were underneath my mattress. I was changing my sheets and they just fell out like a little gift from God.
Oh, I see. Harry didn't want me to get a divorce, so he must have hidden them in your room. So not only did you find the papers for me, but you handed them over to the courthouse as well. Thank you very much for doing that. Now I will finally be able to be free.
Wait! Just wait a second! Do you really intend on throwing my son away like that?
Yes. In a heartbeat. It might take a while for the divorce to be granted, but I don't see the reason why I should stay here any longer. My job here is done. Enjoy your life with your precious son. By the way, Harry has a gig this weekend, so he won't be back until tomorrow afternoon. In the meantime, I'll be gathering my things and getting out of here by tonight.
No! You can't do that! Just listen to me for a second, Flora. I'm sorry for saying all those horrible things to you. I had no idea what was going on. So could you please forgive me?
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to forgive you.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to forgive you. What? But I asked really nicely. I'm your mother-in-law and I'm asking for forgiveness. How can you be so cold?
Because it's too late. And by the way, I am going to be coming at him hard in the divorce proceedings. Expect the alimony to be substantial. Like $50,000 substantial. We're thinking of getting it up front as well. With his lifestyle, there's no guarantee that he'll be able to pay monthly.
$50,000? Are you crazy?
You called me a leech all the while Harry was cheating on me with several women. I had to suffer from that. And on top of that, I was paying for everything. I was carrying a very heavy burden. My lawyer said that I can ask for pain and suffering compensation.
Lawyer? You talked to a lawyer already?
Of course. I couldn't find the divorce paper, so I had to contact a lawyer to help draw another one up. But again, thanks to you, you found the papers. I don't have to pay the lawyer for document fees. You saved me again.
Oh my goodness! What have I done? Harry is going to be so mad when he finds out that I was the one that handed in the papers. I hate it when he gets mad. I can't get through to him once he has flown off the handle. You know how he gets when he's angry.
Oh, I definitely know. There's no stopping him when he gets angry. He just needs to burn himself out. I have been on the receiving end of his anger while you just go hide in your room. But the only way to calm him down a bed is with money.
Money? That's how you got him to stop his rampage?
Yes. There's no other way that would work.
How much does it cost?
Do you have any idea how much it cost for him to do his gigs? He needs to pay for transportation as well as clothes. It costs quite a bit, so my best advice for you is to not get him angry.
But I don't have any money. I don't have an income. I just live off of my pension.
Oh, and I haven't even thought about child support yet. I deserve that as well. Actually, Tony deserves that. And it's not like he's any kind of good influence, so I think she'll be much better off with the money than with him around.
How can you even say about that? You're so cold. You're evil. Don't you have any empathy at all?
Don't talk to me about empathy. You have been exploiting me ever since I got together with Harry. You haven't even shown me an inch of kindness since the beginning. This is karma coming back to get you. You reap what you sow.
In the end, Naomi achieved her desired outcome. she was able to live independently with her son. She quickly discovered that Harry was spending a significantly larger amount of money than she could have ever anticipated. Naomi had no other option but to end her retirement and take up a part-time position at a fast food establishment in order to contribute towards their expenses. She had envisioned a peaceful life after retiring, but her son's actions shattered that dream completely. She inadvertently contributed to the situation by indulging Harry excessively, leading to the current circumstances. She will bear the consequences of that mistake for the remainder of her existence. As for myself, witnessing the effects of excessive parental indulgence, I aspire to strike a harmonious balance between affection and firm guidance when raising my own daughter.
Hey Ivy. We need to talk. There is something really important.
Why you're so serious? Oki, tell me what's wrong.
I'll get straight to the point. I want a divorce.
What? Where is this coming from all of a sudden? To be honest, it doesn't sound like there's much to talk about. It seems like you've made up your mind already.
I really didn't expect you to respond so fast. Aren't you supposed to be working? I mean, I knew your job isn't all that hard, but I don't know you have a lot of free time to sit around on your phone. I guess you're not exactly suited for anything more difficult. But it's still a job. You should be taking it more seriously instead of being on your phone all the time.
Wait a second. I think I'm a little lost. Where is all this coming from? You just all of a sudden announced that you want to get a divorce. I think that would have caught anyone off guard. And then you add insult to injury by attacking my job? Do you even have any idea what I actually do? I'm actually really busy today. I just happened to see the notification from your text pop up on my phone. Well, I felt like my husband wanting a divorce was a good reason to stop what I was doing and respond. Do you have any more questions or insults at my job? Or can we go back to talking about the whole divorce thing?
Okay. I didn't know you get so defensive about your job. It's exactly this attitude that has ruined our marriage. And it is the biggest reason I want you out of my life altogether. This is a serious conversation. You can't just ignore me. Don't you have anything to say?
You know what? If a divorce is what you really want, then that's fine by me. Our marriage has been falling apart for a long time. It doesn't really make a difference to my life at this point. Honestly, I had a feeling it would come down to this sooner or later.
What? You're not upset at all. I'm your husband and you're just gonna shrug off a divorce like it's not a big deal? You should know you won't be able to survive without me. Don't act like this will have no effect on you.
I think I'll get along. It's just fine. I work hard to make my own money. It's not like I'm a housewife that's entirely dependent on you.
That's not exactly the truth though. I know you have a job. But it doesn't really pay enough for you to live on your own.
Are you sure about that? Maybe I don't make as much as you do.
Stop it. There's no point in arguing about this. I want a divorce and your lifestyle is gonna take a hit for it. Just admit it.
You make around $60,000 a year, right?
About that, yeah. I doubt that if you can earn that much however hard you try.
Right, it's a good salary for early in your career. But it's not that much. I'm currently making around $50,000 a year. I think that's okay for me though.
What? Come on, Ivy. Don't try and lie to me.
I'm not lying, but your surprise says a lot about how much you paid attention to me in our marriage. Anyway, I'm not worried about making it all my own. I may not exactly get to live in luxury, but it'll be more than enough to get by well.
But you'll still have to make some sacrifices.
You're probably right, but that's okay too. Anyway, if you're done trying and failing to make me feel worthless, did you have anything else to say about a divorce? We absolutely need to discuss that.
But I can't really talk much during work. I've been away long enough. I'll see you at home later. Let's talk more then. That way we'll be able to get everything out in the open at once. Or is there something urgent that needs to be taken care of at this minute?
Just stop. There's nothing to talk about. I want a divorce. And I want you to go away. You have until the end of today to get out of the house, got it?
You want me out today?
Yes, today.
Don't even try argue it beforehand.
It's funny, Ivy. You were so smug about your $50K just a minute ago. So you shouldn't have a problem getting out of my house by the end of the day. You have more than enough money, right? Just get your stuff and get out. I don't want to see your face any more minute.
I think I know what's happening. There's something else going on here? Isn't there something that means you need me out of the way as soon as possible?
Look, you're grasping at straws here. Not feeling so strong now? What happened to all your confidence? In all seriousness, I'm sorry for the trouble. But you really do need to leave immediately. I'm getting married again and I need you out so that my new wife can move in.
Yeah, here it is. This is a real problem, right? So who's lying now? I don't know what reality you think you're living in. But that's just not happening. Just tell your imaginary girlfriend to pick a different day to move in.
Imaginary? Have you really not figured it out yet?
Figured out what?
I want a divorce because I'm in love with someone else. She just told me she's pregnant this morning and I want to do the right thing, to put it frankly. You are in the way of our happiness. So like I said, I need you out immediately.
Well, thank you for telling me now. I understand the situation.
What? Just like that? You don't have anything else to say?
Well, just that today is simply not possible. You're gonna have to wait until I find somewhere else to move. I'll move as soon as I can. But it could be a few weeks.
No, absolutely not. You'll be out of my house and out of my life today. Today. Don't you get it? You should consider it punishment for being so arrogant and condescending all the time. This is the last time I'll say it. You need to be out of my house now.
So that we're clear and everything is on the table. You do understand the position that you're in, right?
What is that supposed to mean? The only thing that needs to be understood is that I am still your husband. You'll do as I say.
Ethan, it doesn't really work like that. I'm not sure what your plan was, but you just exposed your own infidelity to your wife. You called me arrogant, but I think you need to do a little self-reflection and punishment. Let's talk about punishment. Let's talk about what's to happen to you now that you've decided to impregnate some random woman and kick your faithful wife out.
Excuse me? What exactly is that supposed to mean? Do you think that you somehow have the right to talk back to me like that? There is no evidence whatsoever that I had an affair. But there was plenty that you have been a terrible wife.
No, that's not true at all. I have plenty of evidence of your affair.
What? No, that's not possible. You're just bluffing.
Listen, Ethan. You literally just confessed to your affair in your texts. I just need to take this to a judge. So they'll be able to decide for themselves which of us is a lousy person.
You're so full of it. Texts and messages don't prove anything. There's something else that you think gives you the confidence. You're acting too smug. What is going on? You already knew, right? How long have you known that I've been seeing Lisa?
Are you really that silly? I know about her because you just told me. Thank you for volunteering her name, by the way. I'm glad I didn't even have to ask for it. That makes things easier.
Wait a second. No, that's not her name. It's just a nickname I give to her.
Okay, I'm just kidding. I've known for the past 2 years that you were seeing someone. It started about the time I started working from home, am I right?
What? How did you know that?
There's no point in getting defensive or embarrassed now. Now that it's all out there. All that matters is what happens next. I'll go straight to the point. You don't want to spend months of your life in court, right? So then we'll need to come to an agreement about alimony.
Alimony? But why you just went on and on about how you make enough to live on your own?
I do make enough, but I'm not the one that uprooted both their lives because I couldn't keep it in my pants. I'm willing to agree to a lump sum of $45,000 from you.
What? Are you being serious? 45,000? Are you insane?
I had a feeling that's what you would say. So I guess I'll see you in court. No, it's not happening. You will be gone by the end of the day if I have to throw your stuff out of my house. Since it's your fault that I have to move in the first place, it's only fair that you agree to this. I'm not going to live on the streets just because you couldn't keep it in your pants. I have no problem with the divorce, but finding a new apartment takes time. You can afford to agree to few weeks. It's not like the baby will be born tomorrow. In case you can't swallow your pride and agree to give me time to find a new place to live, I will make your life miserable. You think $45,000 is a lot. Let me know by 5 p.m. how you decide.
Why by 5 p.m.?
Because that's when the banks close. Remember the 45,000 we just talked about?
You want that today?
Of course. You want all this done as quickly as possible, right? That's why you're trying to kick me out by the end of the day. Oh, actually, I guess you could always wire the money to me rather than taking it out in cash. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. Once that's paid, we'll need to talk about division of property and assets.
What? You even want more?
I want what's fair, and I'm perfectly content to either negotiate with you directly or handle it through the courts. So how do you want to play this? It's your call. And your girlfriend works at the same company as you, right? Since she's pregnant, the sooner we make a clean break from each other the better. Don't you think people are gonna start wondering about your relationship soon?
All right. That's fine. Let's just settle this. How much do you think is fair?
Well, I'll take my car and you can keep yours, but I'm also entitled to half the house as well as what we've got in the bank.
What? You're gonna ruin me.
You've ruined yourself. You can buy out my half of the house for $300,000. Plus, $50,000 from savings and $45,000 in alimony. In total, $395,000. Not too bad, if I do say so. Didn't you hear that I have a child on the way? Well, let's make it an even $400,000 if you want to be difficult. Or we can go to court. I bet I get even more if we take it to court. You'll end up with my attorney fees as well.
Fine. I'll wire it to you, but then we're done with that money. There has to be some way that you can be out of the house by tonight.
All right, you're smart. I'll call some friends to see if I can stay somewhere while I find a new apartment. It shouldn't be a problem. I'll take the rest of the afternoon off from work so I can start packing. I'll have all my things packed and out of the house before dinner.
Wow, you really do that fast.
Are you surprised? I've known this day is coming for the past 2 years. And I prepared for it. I couldn't predict exactly when it would happen, but I had no doubt that it would happen eventually. Obviously, I didn't know she would be pregnant, but still, now that it's finally here. This will all be over soon. Unless you have anything else to talk about, I'll see you later this evening. What's that? Hey, Ethan. Stop ignoring me.
What? Why are you talking with me like that?
It really took you so long. You need to reply faster.
Okay, what do you want?
Are you ready to send me the last $45,000? You owe me that amount.
What? I don't owe you anything.
What are you talking about? You still owe me $45,000 in our agreement last month. You bought out my half of the house and gave me half of the savings, but you still owe $45,000. I mean $45,000 for the alimony. I haven't received it yet.
I did send you the money. I wired you all the money that you demanded. That should be enough to call it even. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
I'm sorry. We agreed on $395,000 and I've only received $350,000. You still owe me $45,000.
What do you mean? You only received $350K? That is a lot of money. I don't think you're so greedy.
I agree it is a lot of money, but it's not the amount that we agreed on. Let me guess. You blew through the money so you could claim you don't have it. Actually, it doesn't matter. I don't have any evidence what happened. Frankly, I didn't care. The only thing that matters to me is that you pay it. If you like, I can contact your girlfriend and ask her to help you.
No, stop it. You have no business talking to her. This is between you and me.
You're getting awfully defensive about me talking to her. Is there something that you don't want me to say to her? If you don't want me talking to her and you refuse to pay the rest, I guess it's time to take the situation to attorneys.
Just be reasonable. We can settle this ourselves.
I don't think we can, and I'm tired of arguing with you about it.
Okay, fine. I will wire you now. Just step out of my life. Make sure you never contact me again.
Well, that's easy to threaten Ethan with the attorney. Now I get all the money I need. I have prepared for this situation, so I have no surprise about his girlfriend. At least, he's quite generous and give all the money due to out agreement. We haven't eaten and slept together for a long time. It's been nearly a divorce. But now I'm happy that I get out of that boring marriage. I'm rich and free now. It's so wonderful. Hey! I'm going out today. You just take care of dinner by yourself tonight. So, bye.
What? Again? You've been going out a lot lately. What on earth are you doing so often?
Huh? Don't tell me you have a problem with me. You're in no position to complain to me. You're just an ATM.
Stop saying that. That's too harsh. I'm doing my best for you.
I don't care. The only way for me to relieve stress is to go out at night. I'm having fun partying, so don't disturb me.
I don't mean to disturb you. I'm just asking what you're doing.
Tired of your questions. You're just an ATM, so be an ATM, shut up.
Just told you. That's too harsh. And I have something important to tell you. I just needed a little time to talk to you. So, can you stay home tonight?
No, I can't because I'm already out. What do you want to tell me? I bet it's not even important. Isn't it something that can be talked about by text?
It's pretty important.
Just say it then.
I'm getting transferred overseas.
Huh? What are you talking about? Are you kidding?
It's not a joke. I've been told that I'm getting transferred overseas. So I'll be stationed abroad for the next 3 years.
Overseas, like Europe?
To Malaysia.
Huh? Southeast Asia? No. Not possible.
What does that mean?
If it were a nicer country, I would have gone with you too. But I can't do that in a country I'm not interested in. I've never been to Malaysia, so I can't imagine what it's like. I cannot live in such a rural area.
Kuala Lumpur is quite urban.
Where's that? I don't understand.
That's the capital of Malaysia.
Well, I don't care. I can't do it.
So you're saying you can't come with me? I can't live abroad with you, so you're just an ATM.
If you're being transferred overseas, I would marry my current boyfriend.
Huh? Did you say boyfriend?
I married you because you let me live in your fan's apartment, and I thought you were rich. If you won't support my needs, if I can't anymore, there is no way I'm going to a dirty country in Southeast Asia. Then I would stay here and marry my current boyfriend.
I knew you were cheating on me. Then, when I get transferred overseas, you mean you're gonna dump me and move on to another guy right away?
I mean, I'm not talking about switching. You're just an ATM. I only married you because of that. So, if I can't live with your money, I don't need to be married to you. I'd rather have someone else. I can't live in a rural country.
I was going to suggest you at least go there once and think about it. But if you're cheating on me, I'm done. We don't have children yet, so let's just get a divorce.
I never intended to have children with you in the first place.
What? I thought we were trying to conceive.
There is no way I would do that. You wanted to have kids, so I had to pretend that I wanted it too. I didn't really want any kids. Well, I was in birth control, so there was no possibility of getting pregnant.
I didn't realize that. You lied to me from beginning to end. You were just using me.
Well, I'll give you a divorce, but you have to pay alimony.
What? Alimony? You are unfaithful yourself, and now you want me to pay you? What's that for?
I need a lot of money for moving and other things. I have to move because you're getting transferred. I'll have to pay all the expenses related to that.
You're so greedy. Why didn't I notice this before? I've been so ridiculed, disrespected, and taken advantage of by you. I was an idiot to think it might be an expression of your affection.
You should have tried harder. We're done now. You'll probably never get married again.
That's enough. If you're just being sarcastic, let's just call it quits.
Are you seriously asking me to come with you overseas? Of course, I'm divorcing you immediately.
I see. Don't regret it later.
Go on your own.
I don't think I'll be talking to you anymore. Just because I transferred overseas, you instantly switched to another guy. I'm not going to deal with you anymore.
That's my life.
Thank you for all you have done. Don't contact me again. Goodbye.
Hey, Jace! How are you? It's been a while. I heard you had returned home. Can I come to see you?
Huh, who's this?
Oh, why are you talking to me like that? I am your wife. I haven't heard from you in a while, so I guess you forgot about me.
What are you talking about? You and I have been divorced for 3 years now. What's your intention? What is your plan in contacting me after all this time?
What do you mean? That's mean. I'm saying that I want to see you, okay? I didn't expect you to be so cold. I'm coming over there now. It's the same apartment, right?
No, please. Don't come. Or rather, I don't want you to come. I'm not gonna see you. What do you want from me? I have nothing to do with you. You and I meeting would not be productive in any way.
You're so stubborn, Jace. You want to start over with me again, don't you? Just be honest. And I think that's fine with me.
Huh?
I was naive before. Maybe my thinking was shallow too. So I apologize for treating you like an ATM. Let's live together again.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I've already remarried.
What? No, no, no. That can't be true. What are you talking about? Are you trying to get my attention because you want to get back to me?
There's no benefit to me getting your attention. You come to me asking me to get back together, but you only contacted me because you found out I was back home. All after you got dumped by your boyfriend and full of debt. There's no reason to meet with a woman like that.
What? How do you know about that? That's not true. I just, when I found out that you had returned home, I just wanted to see you.
Well, thank you very much. But no thanks. Because I have nothing but regrets from being married to you. I was young, too, so I chose my marriage partner based on looks. I thought if I gave you my all, you would love me. But as it turns out, you just ended up exploiting me.
What?
My time, my emotional stability, and my money. I've had enough of you. I wonder why I was with someone who would treat me like an ATM.
I wasn't that bad. There were times when we got along well. I would love to live with you again. I regretted not following you overseas.
I see, but it's too late now. You've probably heard I was doing very well, didn't you? That's why you contacted me like this, right?
That's not true.
You didn't see the TV show, huh? You saw how I did so well in Malaysia, and I was promoted to branch manager, and then I went back to headquarters.
I knew it. It was you on TV, wasn't it? I didn't know you were such a big deal. You were the branch manager.
I got transferred to Malaysia for a promotion. You didn't ask me anything, so I didn't tell you. I was trying to tell you, though. You didn't even listen to me. You just left me.
I didn't mean to leave you. I was out of my mind at the time.
But it doesn't matter anymore.
What? What do you mean?
Because this kind of conversation is just a waste of time for me. I met a wonderful woman and married her. From now on, she and I will stay together for the rest of our lives.
So the remarriage thing was for real.
My divorce from you made me realize what's really important. Then I realized how happy I was to be able to love someone who loves me. Maybe I should thank you for that.
Let me tell you, she's after her money, too.
Huh?
Of course, she is. There is no other reason for her to marry you. If so, I think you should start over with me.
What do you mean?
The only women who will come to you are those who are after your money. I'm the best woman for you. We used to live together. We understand each other. Above all, I am pretty. And I'm 5 years younger than you. You'll have a better life if you get back together with me.
You're delusional.
Huh? Why do you say that? Isn't it true that I am pretty? What's wrong with me wanting to be rich?
That you could say that much is quite remarkable. I would never want to start over with you.
Why not? Can't you see that I'm better? Your new wife is not as pretty as me anyway, right?
Take a look at my Instagram.
Huh?
My account has quite a few followers because it's also business related. My wife is on there too.
Huh? What is this? You're acting like you're a celebrity. Who is this blonde girl? Is she an actress?
Actually, yes.
Huh? How can you marry a blonde girl in Malaysia? That's ridiculous. That's a lie. She's just after your money.
Unfortunately, I make less money than she does. She's a real actress.
What? Are you serious?
Oh! And as a result, I'm like a celebrity on Instagram too. I feel at peace when I'm with her. She rarely wears fancy makeup like the one in the photo. But I always think she's a beautiful woman. We are having a good time, the two of us.
That is impossible. I don't want to hear your love stories. I am your wife. Shut up and get back together with me.
I'm trying to explain all this to you. You're so miserable that you still think you're my wife. Maybe you should have stayed married to me. You're now over 30 years old and without a decent job. You got dumped by your boyfriend and have very little income. You're barely getting along.
How do you know all this? Who told you that?
I don't need to ask anyone to find that out. People like you will surely never be happy.
You don't have to say that much, do you? I'm going to your apartment now. Meet me and then decide.
I don't need to see you. I bought a new place and moved out. I don't live there anymore. Sorry, but your life and mine will never overlap again.
I'm sorry. I apologize for what I did 3 years ago. Please forgive me.
I'm not mad at you. But I'm not interested in you either. You have a life of your own. You should work on fixing your personality first. Goodbye, forever.
After that, Rosa continued to try and get back with Jace. But he laughed at her and did not take her seriously. She tried to visit the apartment she and Jace used to live. But of course, he didn't live there. Then she got kicked out by the doorman of the apartment. Eventually, she made so much trouble for them that security was called. In the end, she had to suffer a great deal of embarrassment there as well. After that, Rosa never saw Jace again. Eventually, she returned to her hometown and began helping her parents' farm. Every time she sees Jace's Instagram and how he's successful, she regrets everything.
Angela, did you call all of my family to express your gratitude for today?
I did. Don't be concerned.
Did you call each and every one of them?
I called nearly everyone who attended the funeral today.
That's okay. I was concerned that you had neglected to thank everyone. Did you manage to clean up my folks' house? I'm hoping the house will be entirely clean by the time I return.
What happened? You already know I wouldn't have had time for that.
I thought I told you to clean up around the house. I also want you to get rid of all of Mom's possessions. Make certain that this is completed.
What do you mean? Are you attempting to make me do everything on my own?
Of course, I'm forcing you to do it yourself. You're unemployed. You will have an infinite amount of time. I don't have any free time because I'm quite busy at work.
Did you forget that you were the reason I had to give up my job? You asked me to look after Diana, your ailing mother. Because she was so ill, I had to stay by her side the entire time. Because of you, I was compelled to resign from my job.
That was almost 5 years ago. Why are you bringing this up now?
That is precisely why I am bringing it up now. I dedicated 5 years of my life to caring for your ailing mother. I did it just because I'm your wife. Are you serious about making me sort through all of her belongings? That is unquestionably something you should be doing. After all, she was your mom.
You are quite obnoxious. You're never quiet. Okay, then. Don't bother if you don't want to do it.
That isn't the only thing that bothers me. You also forced me to handle all of Diana's funeral arrangements. What exactly are you doing right now? Why are you not returning home? The funeral was a week ago.
That is unrelated to you. My parents' house is quite far away from my office. I'm merely staying near my workplace because I don't want to have to travel so far.
I still believe you should return to your parents' home. Your mother recently died. I can't believe you're expecting me to clean the entire house on my own. Who do you think I am? You're practically treating me like a slave.
You're extremely irritating, aren't you? Why don't you leave if you don't want to tidy the house?
What are you talking about? Did you just tell me that?
I don't believe there is another solution. I don't truly want you if you don't want to clean the house for me. I recommend that you immediately gather all of your belongings.
Are you certain?
I'm serious. I'd like you to leave the house. I'm going to kick you out.
It's impossible for me to believe. Are you serious about evicting me? You're going to end things this easily? What were the previous 5 years about? I wanted to have children with you and build a family. Instead, I was only permitted to care for your ailing mother.
You know that having children would not have been possible for us. You spent the entire day taking care of Mom. We lack the time and flexibility to raise a child.
I'm aware of it. Every day, I worked hard for you. I was tending to your mother. Not my fault. You're advising me to leave now that she's gone?
You were the one who indicated you wanted to leave.
That was never something I said.
Actually, I believe that is the greatest option for both of us. You should definitely leave.
This is unbelievable. What you're doing is heinous.
Okay, anything. I'm just doing what's right. I need you to leave. If feasible, I'd like you to get rid of all of my mother's items and books before you go. I suppose a simple task like that is hard for someone like you. I'm going to employ a cleaning service to clean out that residence.
Are you serious about getting rid of Diana's belongings?
Sure, I am. Is there an issue with that? I'm not going to require any of that. It's not like she'll ever return to this world. Is it worth keeping any of her possessions?
Do you have no feelings?
I'm filled with feelings. I just don't see why I should keep any of her possessions.
Diana would be devastated if she overheard you say that.
This has absolutely nothing to do with you. I'm going to kick you out. You should no longer be concerned about my mother's possessions.
I have yet to process any of this. I'll need some time to consider it.
I was going to toss you out anyhow. It's pointless to even consider it. Would you please hurry up and gather your belongings? You may leave my mother's possessions alone for the time being. I'd like you to go as soon as possible.
So you intend to evict me? If you kick me out, I don't even know where to go.
I don't know. It is all up to you. You are no longer required to look after my mother. Why don't you go live your life as you please?
You're departing me like this after everything I've done for you?
This is your life. You have the freedom to live your life as you see fit.
Is what you're saying to me true?
I'm serious. I'm kicking you out. I also want to divorce you. I don't need you anymore because my ailing mother has died.
Okay, then. I need you to leave right now. I've had enough of you.
What do you mean? You're the one who's leaving. Did you get smacked on the head or something?
I'll collect all of your possessions and send them to you. Please provide me with your girlfriend's address. You've been cheating on me with this woman.
What happened? I'm not sure what you're on about. You're the one who's leaving. That house is mine. After all, it was my parents' house. My mother has left me everything. I still have a lot of work to do on the house and her inheritance. You need to get out of the house right now.
I bet you haven't heard anything about it yet. Diana didn't leave anything for you to inherit.
What? That is not true. I am the lone child in my family. My father used to be quite wealthy. When he died, he left everything to my mother. Finally, I should be able to receive all of my parents' savings and possessions.
It is true. Diana left you nothing. She handed me the house before she died. Your parents' house is now legally mine. All of the documentation is already done. I own the house.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What makes you think my mother would give you the house?
Diana and I were both aware that you were cheating on me. Her body was frail, yet she was conscious till the very end. Every single day, she apologized to me for what you were doing to me. She really engaged a lawyer to help her go through her fortune before she died. She instructed the attorney to make certain that I inherited everything from her. She didn't want you to get anything from her.
I don't believe a word you say. When would she have been able to perform all that? That's not something my mother would have done without consulting me first.
Even if she had wanted to, she wouldn't have been able to discuss it with you. Even when she was ill, you never came home to visit her. You forced me to look after her the entire time so you wouldn't have to.
I was employed full-time. I didn't have another option. I was quite busy.
Stop telling lies. You were just like everyone else, working a regular job. You should have had plenty of time to see your ailing mother. I was already aware of what you were doing.
What exactly do you mean?
I know you were having an affair with one of your subordinates. You and she rented a condo near your office. I know you've been living together.
So you're aware of that as well? How did you learn about it?
I hired a private eye to look into you. I didn't have time to look for you myself. I'm pleased I hired a private investigator to obtain evidence of your infidelity. It was pricey, but I still have all of Diana's money. I'll also be able to sue you for additional money. I don't think I'll be worried about money for a while.
Sue me? I'm not going to pay you. Stop saying the impossible.
It is not impossible. You squandered my life for 5 years. You made me look after your ailing mother while you cheated on me with another lady. You practically employed me as a nurse for 5 years. I'd also like you to pay me 5 years' salary. But I'll let you off the hook because I inherited all of your mother's savings. I'll still sue you out of spite. You cheated on me when I was caring for your mother who was ill. You ruined my life, and I'll make you pay.
Please wait a moment. Is anything you say true? Is it true that my mother left nothing for me?
I'm afraid there's nothing left for you. I'm not familiar with the specifics of inheritance law. Diana had no intention of leaving you anything, as far as I know. She was quite dissatisfied with you. You made me look after her while you went out having fun. I can see why she didn't leave you anything.
So that implies I won't be getting her savings? That is not right. I expected her to give me everything. My entire life was planned around those savings. Is the house truly yours now? I wanted to sell the house since it was really valuable.
The paperwork is already done. It is now my property. I'm also going to see your new girlfriend for money. Make sure you tell her about it as well.
Angela, you really need to relax. I'm not sure what's going on in your head. This cannot be happening to me.
You knew my name? I'm a little surprised. I assumed your mind would be occupied by your new girlfriend.
I'm not going to forget your name. After all, you are my wife.
Wife? Weren't you the one who asked for a divorce? You said you didn't need me anymore because Diana had died. Wasn't my sole goal to look after her?
Sure, in a way. Although I believe I could have phrased things better.
You thought I'd be comfortable with all of that? Did you really think I'd be content with that kind of life? I was supposed to be your wife. You treated me as if I were your servant or something. I hate you for how you treated me. I need you to leave my house right now.
Please do not do that. I had previously informed my new girlfriend that I would be receiving a large sum of money in savings. I pledged to spend that money on a high-rise condo for us.
Unfortunately, you will not be receiving that amount of money. Perhaps you'll be able to buy her a beautiful meal. However, I would encourage you both to begin saving money now, since I want to see you both in the near future.
Okay, my apologies. I acknowledge I was mistaken. As my wife, I should have treated you better. Let's both calm down and discuss things out. I'd like to talk to you about how to divide the inheritance. I'll make an effort to return home today so we can discuss.
Actually, there's no reason for you to return home.
Why are you behaving this way?
I'm behaving this way because I despise you. I don't want you around my house ever again. I've already completed my portion of the divorce documents. I'll mail it to your workplace so you can finish it and turn it in. My lawyer will also contact you regarding the compensation at some time in the near future.
You really need to relax. There is no reason to make this such a huge deal.
I'm actually very relaxed right now. I'm having a really clear thought. I'm overjoyed to finally be rid of you. But I was startled when you tried to get rid of me so quickly. I guess you didn't have any romantic sentiments for me. But that actually makes things easier for me. I can say goodbye with no regrets.
You can't leave me yet. Let's not get divorced just yet.
So why not? You weren't the one who asked for a divorce earlier today, were you? Did you alter your mind after learning that you would not be receiving anything?
That isn't the case. My girlfriend immediately kicked me out when I told her about this.
What made her throw you out?
She was simply dating me to get the money. She ended our relationship when she found out I wouldn't be receiving any inheritance. I can't believe she'd call it quits on me that casually. I was the one who was responsible for the majority of the rent and living expenses.
But why were you thrown out? Isn't the apartment in your name?
It is, in fact, contracted under her name. Because I'm married, I thought it would be horrible if others found out. I was only handing her money so she could pay her rent.
So you were aware that you were doing something wrong. You intended to buy the high-rise condo in my name after you divorced me, correct? You intend to abandon me from the start. This is entirely your fault.
I sincerely regret what I did to you. My ex-girlfriend was only using me. She had deserted me.
You can't do much about it. If you complain about what she did to you, everyone will find out you were cheating on me.
Exactly. I can't do anything about my ex-girlfriend. I'll come home so we can discuss. I'd like to mend our connection.
Did you really expect me to suddenly be eager to work on our relationship? What you did to me was heinous. I'm not going to discuss anything with you. I also informed your firm about the divorce. I told them you were having an affair with your subordinate.
No way! My company cannot be aware of this. I'm going to leave right now to get home so we can discuss. Please accept my heartfelt apologies.
There is no way I am going to forgive you. I've already changed the locks on the house. You won't be able to get in with the keys you have. I'm going to call the cops on you if you come anywhere near my house.
The cops? I don't think you need to go that far. I'm pleading with you to forgive me. Please assist me. I'm sorry for what I did to you.
Well, I hope you live to regret what you did. Goodbye, you scumbag.
Corbin attempted to enter Angela's apartment using the keys he possessed. The lock, however, had already been changed, and he was unable to enter. Angela contacted the cops, and Corbin was arrested and taken to the station. Corbin's company discovered his affair the next day and demoted him and reduced his compensation. The subordinate with whom he was having an affair was fired immediately. Angela also sued Corbin for what he did to her. He didn't have any savings and couldn't afford to pay the settlement costs. He had to borrow a large sum of money to pay Angela and is now deeply in debt. Corbin is currently living a lonely existence while drowning in debt. He began working a second job in order to gradually pay off his debt.